I'm watching Newsmax yesterday, and I see this Mirage Air, large plane, land at one of the airports just outside New York City here yesterday. And it's President Raisi, the Iranian president, getting off the plane. And he's got several people from Iran that are part of his delegation. But I see these guys wearing suits with earpieces and sunglasses, Kelly, and I think to myself, geez, they can only be U.S. Secret Service. So a quick Google search, and I realized that the Biden administration gave the Iranian president, who's speaking at the UN in Midtown Manhattan a little bit later this morning, Secret Service protection, but is refusing to give Robert F. Kennedy Jr., whose father, former New York Senator, former Attorney General, was shot by Sirhan Sirhan at the Ambassador Hotel 1968 June in California, is refusing him Secret Service protection. Take a look at this headline. This is the Daily Caller yesterday. RFK Jr. has begged the Biden administration for Secret Service protection. The man arrested on Friday, this past Friday, so 5 days ago, allegedly possessed loaded pistols and spare magazines and posed as a U.S. Marshal. This, according to Kennedy's team. The man identified himself as a member of Kennedy's security. No, he was there to kill RFK Jr. And Joe Biden and the Biden administration is willing to give the president of Iran, death to America, the president of Iran, Secret Service taxpayer-funded protection, but RFK Jr., who's primarying Joe Biden here in the U.S., can't get it. Kelly.
No, this is absolutely incredible, but it shows you how petty the Biden administration is. Look at how terrible the Democrats are being to fellow Democrat Robert F. Kennedy, because he simply wants an open primary process. He simply wants to get his voice out there, and he wants to kind of broaden the Democratic message. But he is being denied simple Secret Service protection when this isn't a huge ask from him. All, presidential candidates get one. He's got history on his side. His political targets his family have been political targets in the past. So this would be a no-brainer to me, just to extend for the Biden administration, just to extend an olive branch to their fellow Democrat, Robert F. Kennedy, but they are not doing so because they resent him so much for actually getting into this primary and challenging Joe Biden.
Yeah, I'll add, I agree with Kelly in that I think RFK Jr. should have protection. But so should the Iranian president. I mean, the last thing that we want is for any problem on U.S. soil for a leader of another country. I don't care who it is. We just don't want that type of a problem here. And that is a courtesy that, by the way, American diplomats and American politicians get when they go overseas. No, Germany, France, it doesn't matter. Nobody wants that problem.
You were ambassador to Germany for 3 years. I get it. But let's say Friday this guy broke through security and he wasn't picked up and he shoots RFK Jr. in the head. All right, the former president, John F. Kennedy, killed by an assassin's bullet. His father, Bobby. Yeah. Joe Biden's got a bust of Bobby Kennedy in the Oval Office. Imagine if he was shot on Friday. Imagine the optics for the Biden administration, how petty and small, because that's what this is all about. They are trying to not so covertly send the Kennedy team a message. You don't primary our guy.
Well, I also go back to the fact that, remember, they are an academic institution, the White House.
Right.
You're not supposed to get protection until you become the nominee. And so they're sticking to this academic viewpoint of what is supposed to happen. They are not ever getting the reality of the situation of RFK Jr. is literally under assault.
Can I just quickly, and Kelly, I want to get your reaction. So 1972, Bobby's killed in 68. Everyone thought, including Richard Nixon and his team, Nixon was president, everyone thought Teddy Kennedy was going to run in 72. Chappaquiddick happens in 69. Ted's a mess. He doesn't run. Nixon gave Teddy Kennedy Secret Service protection. Yeah, he wasn't even an announced candidate. Fast forward the clock 10 years, 1980. Ted Kennedy primaries Jimmy Carter. And guess who's got Secret Service protection that the Carter administration granted? Ted Kennedy.
I feel like the White House makes exceptions for certain things that they want to make exceptions for. You know, they kind of just make their own rules.
Great point.
They make their own rules.
They decide what they want to do.
I mean, if RFK wants Secret Service protection, his last name's Kennedy, he's running for president, you got it. All right, you got it. You lost your uncle and your dad. You got it.